All right. Good morning. It's a Day Life Jesus is the Dan Brooke Show. Welcome. Um, yeah, man. How do you like the new angle? I think it'll look good. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into what's going on with me. What's going on with you? All right. I just want to let you know right now, what I'm working on is a $72,000 goal. All right. I kept on saying before, okay, I'm working on $1,000. I'm working on $400. I'm gonna put it in perspective. To get where I need to go, to be able to create what I need to create, that will create opportunities for you, I need $72,000. And I'm not saying that's all the money I'll ever need. That's me. I'm the greediest Jew, bro. I want it all. But until we get there, as a bridge to get there, that's what I need. And that's what I need to construct to finish the final touches on this arc. So that y'all all have a place to go for the apocalypse. If you can pay. All right, so let's get into it. You having a good day? It's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is basically canceled this year. We're under totalitarian lockdown. Um, you know, it's not that cute. Cash.me/$washitall bit.ly/washitall. Cash.me/$washitall bit.ly/washitall. Last few Thanksgivings, bro, what have I done? 3 Thanksgivings ago, I decided to drive from Tennessee to Colorado, and I just caught back up with my friend Addison, who I was leaving his house, but I was starting the trek basically from the East Coast to the West Coast to go live in the Demon Center, to go live in LA. Yeah, man. So that's what I did. Um, it was that trip really symbolized me like going for opportunity, like, you know, leaving the comfort of what I had behind and going towards something that was unknown with what felt at the time like a big dream. It wasn't that big of a dream, but it felt like a big dream, and I did it with camaraderie. I had like a best friend who I was gonna go do this thing with, you know. So at this point, okay, and then okay, we take the next Thanksgiving after that when it was back in the old DLA, and me and the boys were going from Southern California to Las Vegas. So we were emigrating to, and again, there was this opportunity waiting for us in Vegas. Again, kind of a small dream, but a dream nonetheless there. So again, representing a time of moving. I spent the last 3 Thanksgivings moving. Okay, let's look at the next. Let's move on to the next Thanksgiving. Last year, I spent Thanksgiving with Bambi and Yasmin. I spent it with 2 prostitutes, and we were in Texas, and we ate Whataburger, and we were moving east. We were heading east for the winter, heading to Florida. So Thanksgiving's always been a move for me. Ooh, excuse me. I'm trying out some new camera stuff. Excuse if anything goes wrong. Um, So that was me basically going to the East Coast. So this year, what's the big transition, bro? We're transitioning from um, the pain matrix to the pleasure matrix. All right, and I'm here to basically shepherd that transition in. And 72 grand is my goal. In order to just get the next path, it's gonna cost more than that, but it is what I need right now to get everything I need in place to make that vision a reality. And I'm very confident I can do it. And I understand, man. I understand you're looking at a thing and you don't really understand what payment feels like. You don't understand what you think that paying me is like. In a lot of ways, you're programmed to think that it's just throwing money down a rat hole or whatever. You're just putting it in something that you don't really know how to believe in. And you think you're just helping me. You're not helping me. You're not helping me. It's simply a value exchange. It's a trade, and it's what humans do. And I have spiritual and emotional capital. Simple as that. And my spiritual capital is growing every day. Every day. My emotional, bro, I'm an emotional surgeon. I don't have that much to grow in emotion besides reaching complete sobriety in those zones. I've reached physical sobriety. I've been sober for 2 years. Um, that means no drugs, no alcohol, no smoking, no scents, no intoxicating colors, no brand logo T-shirts. Sometimes I have a dream where I'm like I put on regular clothes, like I put on like black pants and a red shirt or a graphic tee. And in the dream, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This is so crazy. Because I've been wearing all white for so long that it doesn't feel at all not normal. It feels like just what human beings do, but I guess it's not. But it definitely feels like what this is just the standard, and everyone else is fucking weird when you're wearing a fucking weird ass moldy sweatshirt. Like I'm the asshole here. Doesn't feel like it. It's totally normalized. It's only really when people point it out to me. Oh, you're wearing all white. You look like what, stormtroopers? I don't think I've actually gotten that one. I got like Arctic gear, like James Bond skiing with machine guns or whatever. Yeah, I've been totally sober, man. Um, I haven't been down those certain paths, and now coming on yeah, it's gonna be 2.5 years, and I was into fucking gnarly shit, bro. I was smoking heroin, I was smoking meth together. I was doing speedballs of heroin and meth before I came here. And my addiction's been weird. Like I've been able to quit things pretty easily in my life, I'll say, comparatively to most. Now, when I quit smoking, I did it cold turkey and I never went back. Smoked a cigarette here and there and I hated it. I like trained my body not to want it, so it wasn't hard. You couldn't put a cigarette in front of me and like even if you forced me to smoke it, it wouldn't trigger anything. It would just be like this is gross. I feel like a kid smoking my first cigarette. Like I don't feel good. It doesn't do anything to help me at all. Um, Drinking never that big of a deal. When I stop, I generally stop, and I've had a lapse here and there, but it wasn't so much of like an inkling like I have to do this. It was me testing. The last time I lapsed, bro, there was one time I did lapse, and I was doing this thing, and I decided, well, okay, I'm doing all these other standards. I'm doing all the other physical standards. I wasn't, but I in my mind I was. I was doing standards. It's like, what? Oh, throwing in some drugs into the equation, like when everything else is working, it's, or like, okay, here's the thing. I was like, nothing is working. These standards aren't working. I wasn't doing all the standards, but whatever. Moving on. I didn't think, so I was like, what if I just test the thing? What if I just, it's our little secret, me, the person I was with. I was like, can I do this while being out of my integrity in this way? How much do standards really matter? How much do these things that I've been doing really matter? Is it all just gobbledygook? Does it matter? Can you smoke and drink and do drugs and still reach enlightenment? Is that all just, is that just nerd shit that you're supposed to be completely sober? That you're supposed to cleanse the larger palate, I would say. Is that just nerd shit? Can a lover junkie archetype not just can I not do both at the same time? So I tried, and it just made my day of reckoning come sooner. Cuz it's not like after that incident I tried it and I was like, "Oh, okay." Things didn't really seem to change in the moment. Now I can look back and see how things changed. But things didn't really seem to change. But I kept on breaking standards in other ways. So I was just like, okay, well, things aren't really changing. I guess I can do this. But then it just started to get really bad, and I was refusing to make the connection that it was my standards that were the thing. Now it's pretty much everything is standards, bro. But I'm into newer and larger and more important standards. I'm into deeper relational standards. I'm into emotional standards and spiritual standards. Right now, what I'm doing in my relationships with people, I'm trying and I'm succeeding in some, and I have some place to go in others, is I'm not leaving anything off the table. All right? I'm not leaving anything. I'm not saying the thing. Okay? So in my relationship with Emily, I'm no longer going to sit back and let things happen any way than other than the way it's supposed to happen. I'm not going to be complacent in any of my relationships. I refuse to be complacent. Um and I'm going to do that. And it's it's not as difficult because once I get in a flow state of doing that, and I'm just like I'm sniffing, bro. I'm saying the devil's in the details, and I'm going for every detail. I want that to be in every relationship that I have. I want no relationship to be unclear because I've kind of hid behind making all my relationships unclear and making it like putting relationships in a graveyard and making the other person do all the work to figure out where I stand. Now, I'm going to tell you where I stand now. I'm going to be explicit about it. And it's Thanksgiving, so how better than to be transparent. I think that transparency emotionally is something to be thankful for. I'm thankful for it coming now when I need something to bring me to the next stage. All right, cash.me/wash it all. Cash.me/$wash it all. Bit.ly/wash it all. I got a 72 grand goal. I'm working on getting $72,000 together right now. Is anyone else doing anything right now, or are you just kind of like sitting back into what's going on? If you're doing something, let me know. I'd love to know what you're doing. Whether it has satanic consequences, whether it has a messianic potential to um, a messianic potential to add up to what I'm doing. Right now, I'm just trying to get as many people on the arc as can get on. And the thing about the pleasure matrix, bro, think about the pleasure matrix and building this. Now, and this has been the metaphor that scared a lot of people, but it's also been the one that's like, oh, I can't look away. This is such a compelling narrative. It's something that gets to me as someone who did not create. I did not create the train. I did not build the train. I am not even necessarily driving the train. But the pleasure matrix is just a train. The route to New Jerusalem is just a train. Okay? It's on course. And whether or not you get on, the train will keep going. And it will keep going towards its destination, whether or not you choose to get on. Choose. 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 I choose you. Choose. Chewing. You're chewing on something. Oh, I'm just chewing on that for a second. I'm deciding whether to chew. I'm choosing my choice. Choosing. I'm just chewing. So whether or not you choose to come on the journey, the train will continue. That said, the train ride with you in the train can be massively different based on whether you're in it or not in it. It can be massively different. All right? So I'm basically saying there's a train and you can get on. And it's not so scary anymore, bro. It doesn't have to be. I'm saying it's scary. But it's not the whole, it's not like, oh, I'm going to have to join a cult to get on this train. Those doors are closing, if not totally closed. Okay? It's closing, bro. Now, the way forward is just going to be through, I'm not saying how it's just going to be. Now, there will be a point where you get to know what's going on. Right now, I'm looking for the people who are willing to put some belief down and take a little leap of faith and say, I'm willing to bet on something. I'm looking for gamblers. Okay? And not nihilistically gambling away their life. I'm saying someone placing a bet on something that could really work. And I'm telling you it will work. And I'm also placing a bet that what you got going for you, whether that be school, whether that be a job working from home, whether that be and school, those things are going away. Whether that be putting all your chips in the election, whether that be never leaving your house because you're scared of a virus, whether that be being an asshole to people who are scared about the virus and getting in their faces, whether that be, there's so many different paths, bro. There's so many paths that you can take. And I'm saying those trails don't go anywhere. And I have one that goes somewhere. I'd love you to come with me. I'd love you to come. All right? And I'm going to create it for you. What I need you to do to show me that it's not going to exist in the way that I can present. It's not going to exist in a way that is welcoming to you unless you help build it. Okay? Right now, you helping build it, like I said, with or without your help, it's happening. But with your help, you get a chance to build it in a way that it wasn't going to be before. And the thing about human beings is everyone has that part of them that is unique to them that they can bring to the thing to make something really special. So special. All right. But I reject the way that things are going for you. I reject the way things are going for me. I'm not totally, I don't, my life isn't working out exactly how I want it to be. It's probably working out exactly how it needs to go. But that's not in a fatalistic, like, oh, like I just should just give up because everything that's happening is happening the way it's supposed to. No. You got to work. It's going to be soft work, but you got to work all the time while the thing is working out. It is not just a letting go and letting the thing, thinking that the thing will work out without you. It doesn't work that way. It does. Fate, destiny does not work without free will working in tandem. You got to choose it, bro. Choo the train, bro. Choo. That's the fucking train. That's the Pleasure Matrix train. You got to choose to get on board. I'm telling you. Where it's going is a very beautiful place. Where it's going, opposed to the two rival realities that are just working together, actually. Compared to where it's going, where the left wants to bring on the Great Reset, the right trying to bring on this zombie apocalypse, basically. Demons in the streets versus, Wall-E. We're all just sitting around fat, consuming satanically. They both represent different sides of the toxicity of both consumption and production, which both do have toxic sides. Because it's the how you do either thing that is important. So I'm here to present you the thing, and give you a chance to jump on board. And I'm telling you, bro, it's never going to be cheaper than it is now. And it's not cheap. Relatively, it's very cheap. I got it cheaper than you got, but then I had to work. And it's going to be easier for you because a lot of the road has been pathed, bro. If Wiz and Koa came with a machete and they were just cutting through jungle, creating a path, just cutting through the jungle, I came around and I brought I'm like building the path. I'm like riding the road. I'm laying down stones for you. By the time you come on, there's not much you'll have to do. You'll have to take care of the path. That you widen the path. There will be maybe take a little tangent off to the side. Maybe a little bit of a pull off with some views. I want to go make a path over to here that will come back to the larger path. Sure, these are all things that you'll do, but it's going to be an easier journey. There's not going to be as many thorns. Okay. A lot of the thorns are being absorbed by the people who are already here. Okay? So washing is just basically you letting me know that you are capable. You're going to be capable to come along for the ride. And it's the only way that I can know. By the way, the links are cash.me/$washitall, bit.ly/washitall. The only way that I can know that you are wanting to do, because there's going to be a lot of people and there's going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth. It's going to be chaotic. There's going to be a lot of people trying to get in the door. And I'm just judging how willing and worthy you are for it. And the worthiness just means that you're willing to place a bet. Are you willing to bet on the thing? Go all the way. And you see in me that I'm willing to place a bet, and I haven't given up yet. Now what I could do is not give up. I haven't given up in the meta. Sometimes I give up in the micro. Now, what I need to do is never give up in any moment, in anything that I'm ever doing. Never give up. Push, 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 push. And I will keep doing that. And today I had a big revelation. I don't know if it's a holiday, and I'm just like feeling like I gotta fucking. I don't want to leave anything to. I don't want to leave anything anymore. All right. I don't want to run from anything. I don't want to let anything rot. I need to be a man in every second of my life. And it's so rare. It's so rare in this feminized planet that, that path even feels safe for a man to take. Being a man 100%, 360 degrees. It doesn't seem available. It doesn't look available to most men. And I'm saying it is available. And I'm offering it to you. So come along. Come along. But the door's closing. I just want to make sure I don't leave anyone out. I don't want. I would. I do not want to leave anyone out from my book of life. So I'm going back to people. I'm making sure there's room. I'm making sure that it's not my ego that's blocking the way. That's not my want to hide that is blocking people's way. There's only so much I can do that. I'm gonna miss some people. I am. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna miss people. But also, it requires someone to not want to miss out. A lot of it is going to be you saying, Jesus, I don't want to miss out on this. I want to be here for this part of the journey. Let me come with you. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who are willing to be that vulnerable to take that risk and do the thing. And get on the train and create a new experience. You are special. You are a person. You bring something that no one else can bring. Big or small, whether that is a big change, whether that alters the entire train ride in this immaculately, like, oh, it's like we're zooming. You just put 30,000 horsepower. We're going so fast. Or now we got all of these other destinations. The main destination is still there, but we're gonna go here and there to get there. All of those things can happen. Or you could just be like, oh, I kind of just paint it this color, bro. Today has this mood over it. There's beautiful ways that everything can come together, and it could be big and could be small. And some people have a big role to play, some people have a small role to play, but it's going to be a human role. It's going to be something you haven't experienced before. I guarantee that. All right. So I'm just looking for the players, man. And there's many ways to play, but it starts with washing. It starts with believing in something. A lot of people want to be cynical when they see that I'm raising 72K. They're like, you're doing that during a pandemic? People are out of jobs. People don't. It's like, yeah. Because I'm willing to do something right now. And I know what I'm doing, and I want you to be involved. So there you go. All right? I'll be live later, bro. It's Thanksgiving. Expect to see a lot of me. All right? Take care.